So apparently they are that stupid then. Wow. Welcome to the next Just Flying episode, which is also going to double as our next leg of the Highway 1 road trip. You've got the DC-3 out of the hangar for this leg, which will be from here at Wellington up to Paraparaumu. Not the best weather for it, but I'm sure we'll be okay. Hand flying and not doing anything properly, so if we do need to skim a few treetops to stay under the clouds, then yeah, we can do that. Nothing on final approach, don't need all of the runway in this thing, so we may as well go from this intersection. Yes. Intersection A9, which I think would be more fun if taxiways and things were named after, I don't know, people maybe. Yeah, left at Eric, straight on to Daphne, and hold short of entering Jason. Yeah, maybe sticking to A1, 2, 3, etc. is the better idea after all. Should we go flying? Yeah, might be the best option. Looking good. Up and away. Making a start on the North Island section of the Highway 1 road trip. So starting that, but on to not starting, and something I've now finished. You might remember a while ago in a video I mentioned about landings I'd seen at my local airfield Birmingham on that YouTube stream that Guy does, who films there quite often. Now, there had been a couple of dodgy ones by Turkish Airlines, and I was wondering, am I now suffering with some kind of bias just remembering those? So I thought I'd put that to the test. So over the last, well, quite a few weeks really, whenever I've watched one of his streams, I've been grading the landings. Just make things nice and simple and hopefully a bit more consistent. It's just a score out of 3. This is for the categories of the approach, or the last 5 or 6 seconds of it anyway, when by then autopilot's most likely off, so you are grading the pilot and not a software writer. So smoothness of the approach, how much are the control surfaces moving, are you trying to chase the centre line, all that kind of thing. The second criteria is landing on the centre line, or how close to the middle are you touching down. Then finally the landing itself, smoothness, overly long floats and stuff like that. So 3 points is for, yeah, totally fine, nothing particularly went wrong which I could comment on. 2 points for that could have been better, and 1 point for something where you can say, yeah, that just wasn't great, was it? And with all that, I've then done an average score over 10 landings for 19 airlines. Probably not that much interest for anyone outside of Europe, so I'll just put the full results on the screen for only a second, but you can pause the video and have a proper look if you want to. But it turns out that I was right. Turkish Airlines are noticeably the worst of the 19 regular airlines that land at Birmingham. So maybe I could get a job with them. Then the other end of the scale, though, the winner was actually Qatar, who I will admit I'm a little surprised they did get the top spot. But they did, so congratulations to them and their ability to put a plane on a runway. KLM not far behind in second place, who before I started all this I did think KLM could end up as being winners. So no great shock with them being towards the top end of the table. Probably my biggest surprise out of it all though was another airline who I guessed would probably do quite well, but Air France were actually quite near the bottom of the list. And that has set me thinking of something else now. I mean, we have a few lower cost budget kind of airlines operating at Birmingham, then a few, well, such as Air France and KLM, who are, well, they're not cheap airfare kind of airlines. So did that incorrectly set me thinking that perhaps it's one of those things where you get what you pay for? A cheap airline and you might get an average landing, but a big proper airline with a higher ticket price, you should get a much better approach and touchdown. Probably is a little subtle bias I had without realising it. I suppose we all have plenty of those across all sorts of topics and subjects, but most of the time you never really get confronted with a reason to unpack your own thoughts and feelings and your position about a particular thing. I've forgotten who said it, but there is a statement that every once in a while you should hang a question mark over your beliefs. Yeah, very good advice, which I'm guessing most of us, including me, we don't do as often as we should. But having done it with landings, it turns out that I do now have evidentiary warrant to believe that Turkish Airlines are a bit shit. Anyway, forgetting my role of tour guide, so this is Pukerua Bay we're coming up to. We're not following Highway 1 for a bit, or not anymore. So apparently State Highway 1 was this road below us and did run through Pukerua Bay up until 2021, but then it moved a bit to the right and it's about 5 kilometres or so over there now. Not sure what happened, but it's a shame if people now just follow the new Highway 1, as they may never discover a little supermarket called the Pukerua Bay Store, where Harpreet Sham 84 once wrote in a review, "I wish I could give the Pukerua Bay Store more than 5 stars. This store has exceeded my expectations in every way. I find all of my daily essentials, milk, ice cream, and so much more. My experience here has been phenomenal. Thanks to the owner's extremely warm and gentle nature, their behaviour is impeccable, making every customer feel valued. I highly recommend the Pukerua Bay Store to everyone. Visit them and experience the exceptional service and wide range of products. You won't be disappointed. Thank you, Pukerua Bay Store, for an outstanding shopping experience." Fuck me, it's a shop, Harpreet. Most of us don't have an orgasmic experience buying daily essentials, of which you only manage to list 2 things anyway, and I would conjecture that ice cream shouldn't really be on that list. I mean, for a healthy, balanced diet, I mean, okay, I'm a fat bloke with a terrible lifestyle and eating habits, so I really shouldn't be lecturing anybody about food choices, but for Christ's sake, Harpeet, a large tub of Haagen-Dazs chocolate chip cookie dough. It's not a good breakfast. Have a bacon sandwich, which does remind me of years ago, actually. There's a story where the British Lions Rugby League team did a tour of New Zealand, and at one of the hotels they were in, the waitress told everybody at breakfast that, really very sorry, but we don't have any bacon today. To which one of our prop forwards, a guy called Kelvin Skerritt, said, "What do you mean? This country has millions of sheep. How can you not have any bacon?" Kelvin, his job of being a prop forward, he was good at that. He was very good at that, in fact. But if you were putting a quiz team together, Kelvin Skerritt might not be top of your list. Turkish Airlines, perhaps. But for now, let's see where we might rate on the good landings list. Do need to find the airport first, though. I think we're okay. This big lump of cloud seems just to the left of where the airfield is, so we should be able to see where we're going as we get closer. We'll be able to see enough anyway. And hopefully we will be okay and not end up in a fireball, as our cargo today is a load of ice cream which needs to be urgently taken down to a shop in Pukerua Bay. I think they're sending a truck up here to collect it. Would have been easier if they had an airport there, but yeah, that's not my problem. Going from past experience, if they did build an airport, they'd probably move it somewhere else. Okay, we're doing okay. So, yeah, we can see where we're going, which is good. Let's see what we can do. There's another one on the list of places. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to give it a bit of an overhaul one day, especially with the surrounding areas. But, yeah, we'll see. Put that on the list. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, that one seemed okay. Let's have another look. Yeah, that was okay. Maybe not a full-on Qatar Airlines, but yeah, maybe a Vueling, who came third on the landings at Birmingham. Yeah, so pretty good, no major complaints. All the ice cream is still in its tubs, apart from that half empty one which I had for breakfast, but no, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, we'll just go and park up, and that will probably do. First of our North Island legs of the Highway 1 road trip, or at least what used to be Highway 1. Yeah, that'll do, just park here. Lovely. Right, job done. We've arrived, and yeah, I'll see you again for another one soon. Okay then, bye.